Hello, everybody. This is Cobrancy Capshaw / at Mr. Smiles a Lot with another Let's Talk Media LLC solo podcast. How's everybody doing today? Doing pretty good. My little guy's sleeping upstairs, so I'm gonna be kind of quiet so I don't, accidentally wake him up. Hopefully he won't wake up during this podcast, but if he does, that's fine with me. So anyway, today I'm going to be continuing to talk about why being kind to others is always a good thing. And actually, if I'm correct, from the last time I talked about this was from mentalhealth.org, same website, but this time I typed in to Google as well. I typed in, let me go back, how being kind to others is good for your mental health. And this is from Kindness Matters Guide Mental Health Foundation. So I'm going to read off a few examples from here and then go on, because I feel like I might have already read some from here from my last solo podcast. And as you guys know, it's hard for me to do social media now a little bit sometimes because of the fact that I am busy with, security and then getting my PR license and then being able to get licensed to hand out subpoenas. But anyway, so this time I did talk. So I'm going to be talking about why being kind to others is good as well, but is along with your mental health, or why I think is good for your mental health to be kind to others. Because as you guys might have seen, or those of you who did watch it, thank you very much. My solo podcast where I talk about mental health and why it's important, to be in check with that. The 27-minute long one that I had. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out, just so you can see what I'm talking about. So that way you can get an idea of what I mean by continuing on from that area. So anyway, so this is from, again, mentalhealth.org, and this is the Kindness Matters Guide, okay? So you may recognize the expression, in quotes, "It is better to give than receive," unquote. But did you know this is backed up by research? People who are kind and compassionate see clear benefits to their well-being and happiness. They may even live longer. Kindness can also help reduce stress and improve our emotional well-being. To me, I do believe that's true. Oh, and also, in case you were wondering what I meant by, I think I might have said it before. Sorry, I kind of had a long day, so I'm not really there all the way. But yeah, so when I said mentalhealth.org, last time I was on this website, if I'm correct, I think the solo podcast I did last time, it was on here, but it was a different subject, and it was all just about why being kind to others is important. But this one, I typed in, is good for your mental health, so I'm thinking we might get some different examples, but if I'm just repeating the same ones, sorry, I'll go back and check my old podcast, but, maybe it's a good thing to reiterate some of these things, because a lot of people don't take into account how being kind to others is a good thing, like how when you're kind to others, how much of an impact that can make on somebody, or like how you can be, like how they're going to remember you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, second thing is that we all have so much going on in our lives, including competing strains and stresses, not to mention the current coronavirus pandemic. This can see kindness pushed to one side in favor of what is urgent or trending now. Yeah, okay. Yeah. The pandemic has made everybody go into a frenzy. I'm no scientist, I'm no doctor, so I can't really speak professionally on this. But, I do believe that the numbers have gone down, and, if people want to wear masks, be kind to them, just let them do it. Who cares? So if they're not hurting you, and if people don't want to wear their mask, let them do it, let them be an adult and make their own choice. Do you get what I'm saying? Let's stop being mean to each other. Let's stop attacking each other. Let's stop saying, "Oh, you're a bad person because you're not wearing a mask," or "Oh, you're too much of a not neat freak, of a germaphobe or germ freak for wearing one." It's just let them do what they want to do. Just leave each other alone. Okay, this is what I mean. This can see kindness pushed to one side. Just let it go. That's all I really got to say about that. It's just who cares? Like I said, competing strains and stresses. Life is stressful enough. Work is stressful enough for everybody. We're just trying to make it by as best as we can. You know, even if you're famous, and you got all the money in the world, like they're still trying to, make it by. They're still trying to be in TV shows, movies, acting, do whatever they can. Musicians, sometimes they, run out of music to write, and then basically, I'm sorry, if I'm going off topic, what I'm saying is that there's so many stresses enough, like, let people just, leave them alone about it, and if they want to go get all, like, how many vaccines there are, just let them get them if they want to, and if they don't, and if they don't want to get the vaccines, don't harp on them about it, just, be, like I said, be kind to each other, third sentence, sorry. Didn't mean to go on a rant there. Just, I see so much hate in this world, especially when it comes to this kind of stuff. And it's like, let people be, Anyway, third sentence. It can be easy to signal kindness, by posting online and following a trend, but harder to commit to kindness in our daily words and actions. That is so true. So, whenever I do my advice videos or when I talk about things I've done at work to help my community and help other people, besides just being law enforcement, that's who I am. That's really me. I'm not being fake. That's exactly who I am. So it's actually not hard for me to commit to kindness in my daily words and actions, because I actually live by what I see or what I say, and what I post. Like when you see me donate to people or whatever, and I get a picture with them while I'm in uniform or whatever, that's really who I am. Whenever I make a video or I do a podcast and I talk about helping elderly people or, those less fortunate, or helping, people who might have mental issues or, disabilities and things like that, and saying that makes me feel better than having to, stop somebody from panhandling or doing a code 1088, shoplifting theft, that's true. Because, yeah, I'm a security officer, but just like in my videos, just like you see on social media, just like everything else, I want to be that nice guy who wants to also spread love and kindness and show that, not all officers are the same. Not all of them are jarheads, you know what I'm saying? And I try to do that, by acting as professional I can, even in tense situations. Anyway, so yes, it is easy, but it's easy for me to signal kindness by posting online and following the trend. But the thing is that, I'm following. I wouldn't really necessarily say a trend, because everyone does it. But I do it in my own way, if that makes any sense. So it's like I'm having my own trend. You know what I mean? Anyway, but if we take the time to be kind to, fourth sentence, excuse me. But if we take the time to be kind to other people, we can reap the emotional dividends. It can really make a difference, and especially for those who are vulnerable or struggling. That is true. So if you take the time to be kind to other people, like my therapists have said, everyone has said, all my friends, family, most important thing is to be nice to someone. It's so true, because, not to be cliche, but they say, treat others how you would want to be treated, but that's basically the same thing. We can reap the emotional dividends, like when they say thank you, or hug you, or say I love you, or, let's say you say some kind words, or you have an emotional conversation with someone, right? And you show that kindness, if you can, if you break through and they cry for you, and then they hug you and say I love you so much, and you make me feel better, just like I said, it can really make a difference, especially for those who are vulnerable or struggling, right? Just like that, that's why I do my advice videos, so people can choose to watch them if they want to or not. I'm not going to say, oh, hey, watch my video and I'll make your day even better, or listen to my podcast. And no, because I'm not some, wizard. But what I'm saying is that that's why I try to do these things, so that way, if someone's going through something, maybe my video will make that difference, And if they are vulnerable and they're I need someone to talk to, maybe they'll watch my video and feel like I'm talking to them personally. Just like how, like, even I'm doing a podcast right now, and when you can't see me, this is an audio podcast, but I want you to feel like I'm personally talking to you, like, and trying to connect with you, even through my own voice. Does that make any sense? Yeah. So, through my social media, just through who I am, that's why I try to be kind to other people, because I want them to know that I'm there if they need something, or, like, let me put it this way. I'm not perfect, no one's perfect. I can't go literally physically out of my way all the time. But, I'll, like, respond to a call, text, I'll checking on people, they're checking on me, blah, blah, things like that, and you'd be surprised at how far that can go. You know what I'm saying? Even just like waving to someone and saying, hi, I hope you have a good day, or being kind to someone, or being, really cute and interactive, like with a kid, like being hi or whatever, and then, like, the parent gets to see, like, how like, nice and involved you are, or, people see you helping an elderly person. You get what I'm saying. But what I'm getting is, like, but, if they're vulnerable or struggling, don't take advantage of that as well. Don't be so kind to where, like, you feel like you can manipulate that, just be a kind person. Just be good to them, let them know that you're there for them, and don't take advantage of that, because, they're, like, not saying you have the intention to, but those people there are out there, though, who pretend to be kind, though, and really aren't. They could use that vulnerability to their advantage, and that's not good. I'm trying to think of examples, but I also kind of want to move to the next subject, so we're just going to do that anyway. But you get what I'm saying. Don't use their vulnerability or their struggle, to your benefit to pretend to be kind, especially if you're trying to get one over on them. Be truly kind to them if you really care and love for them and about them. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, now is the time to reimagine. One, two, three, four, five. Fifth sentence. Now is the time to reimagine a kinder society that better protects our mental health. Oh, I like the way that was worded. Yeah. There's still bullying out there. There's still jerks. There's still mean people. I mean, you should see the stuff I deal with on a daily basis at work. And I don't mean just stealing. I mean, I'm talking about the rude, angry, mean customers. The one who just wake up angry, or it seems like, or they just want to be mad for no reason. And, instead of getting angry and taking it personal and being like, oh, look at this jerk, I feel sorry for them, because I'm like, and it makes me wonder, what happened that made them upset? Like, and sometimes I really do wish I could, do something to make them feel better, or see how they're doing, or see how their day is, and I could go up to them and talk to them, but at the same time, though, I'm there to do a job, and, I can't be just going up to customers and talking to them 24/7, like, I really let customers approach me if they need anything, or if they need help, or whatever. I mean, I will go up to them if I see someone struggling, but, point of what I'm saying is that, whenever you're in a society, be kind to others, especially if they are going through something, because, like, you never know how maybe, let's say, you see someone in a bad mood, right, and you smile at them, and you're like, hey, how you doing, I hope you have a good day. That can totally switch their attitude around, because that's happened to me before, where I've been in a bad mood. I mean, obviously, like I said, I'm not perfect, and somebody is really kind to me, and their kindness switched my attitude around, and I was like, you know what, they were very nice to me. It gave me faith left in humanity, that not everybody is a jerk and not everyone is bad, and, that made me feel good. So, that's what I'm saying, is that now is the time to reimagine a kinder society that protects our mental health, because, if you're kind to somebody, that'll get their anger, or maybe their sadness, or hopefully their depression, or whatever going through, to go down a little bit, so that way their mental health is protected by your kindness. Doesn't make any sense? Like, put them in a better mood. Like, if they're a buddy, you're like, pat them on the back, it's like, hey, man, how you doing? Like, go hang out, let's chill, let's, go do blah, blah. Just be nice to people. Like, literally, all in all, I'm going to read all of these examples to you, and then probably call it and quits after this, or maybe just or maybe read off another couple examples in the next subject. But all in all, literally, this is all just saying be nice to other people. It's really not that hard. And I don't know why people make it so difficult to do that. I don't get it. Someone has yet to explain that to me. They do. Why be mean? Anyway, sixth sentence. Kindness could be built into business decisions, exactly, government policy and official systems in a way that supports everyone's mental health and also reduces discrimination and inequality, but that can start by individual commitments to showing kindness in our words and our actions. Okay, so kindness is built, could be built into business decisions, of course. So, like, if you, let's say that Let's Talk Media LLC ends up doing a business with, or signs a contract with the business. I want to make sure that they're kind people first. I would never work with jerks. So why would I want to do that? Because I would clearly know that they would be trying to screw me over and screw over my business. There's no way I would ever work with anyone who was not kind or showed some kind of sympathy or wholesomeness towards me, or just like smile, or heck, even give me a handshake. They don't have to give me a hug, although that'd be awesome because I'm a hugger. Well, everyone who knows me knows I'm a hugger. But yeah, like, kindness goes a long way, especially in business. Like, let's say that, I don't know, you're trying to sell yourself, and then you go up to somebody and you're like some of these other, well, no offense, but jerks who are social media influencers and who are famous for, in my opinion, all the wrong reasons. Like, yeah, sure, you might be famous, but you're famous for the wrong reasons. But let's say that you were still that famous, but it was all through the kindness of who you were, right? People are going to do business with you a lot more. People are going to, in my opinion, I think, are going to want to sponsor you more. You're going to make a lot more money for yourself and for those businesses as well. So that's a smart business decision, especially if you make that part of your business plan, like I have, That's why I try to do everything like I do, so then that way, hopefully, one day, everything I'm doing will reach out, and maybe some big business or someone famous or whoever will be like, hey, I want to sponsor you, let's do this, and I would mention them in my videos and everything I do social media wise. Anyway, so the thing is that, as you know, I don't talk about politics because I don't want to. I don't want to get attacked. I don't know anything about government or politics or anything like that, which I know I should because, I am law enforcement, but I don't even like to associate law enforcement with politics. That's where you get into trouble. That's where you lose friends. That's where you get people mad at you. So I'm going to skip that part. Official systems, not sure what that means. I guess you could say school systems, I don't know. That supports everyone's mental health and also reduces discrimination and equality. Official systems, when it comes to equality, and discrimination and equality, there's no reason to judge somebody based on their skin tone, their gender, or who they are as a person. That's where you can stop that. We've accepted, the fact. Let me put it this way: it's very sad that we know that racism is still out there, but the fact that it's reduced as much as it is, thank you God, right? The trans community, they're already having enough issues getting, accepted. Just accept people for who they are. Who cares? If not hurting you, why does it matter? That's how you cut down on discrimination. That's how you cut down on inequality. I don't care. Like, shoot, I have seen, trans people walk through my establishment of work before, and I treat them just like I treated anybody else. I'm like, hey, how you doing? How you have a good day? Hey, you need anything? Blah, blah, blah. Because I don't care, because they're a person just like I am. They're not hurting me. I'm not hurting them. Who cares? Just because somebody might have a certain, skin tone or skin color. I don't discriminate at work, you know what I'm saying? Like, I judge people based on, if they are going to steal or not, or if they're trying to do something, or if they're trying to panhandle or cause a ruckus. And it doesn't matter, like, what race they are at all to me, because I treat everybody the same, Like, that's what I'm saying, is that, and it's not just work, it's just everything in general. And all I'm getting is that if you want to have better mental health, and if you want everyone else to have better mental health around you and have a good vision of you for who you are as a person, just accept them. It's not, again, I'm going to say this about 1,000 times, it's not that hard. It really isn't. Just have an open heart and have an open mind, people. Seriously. It's really easy. Anyway, next little part of the sentence. But that can start by individual commitments to showing kindness in our words and our actions. Basically what I just said. Make a commitment to be kind and to be open and to have an open heart and open mind and accept people for who they are. As an individual, make that commitment to yourself that you're going to stop being mean, that you're going to stop being discriminatory, that you're going to stop being unequal to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know who you are if you are like that, but just, there's no reason to be like that. There really isn't. Because, you know, at some point you're going to realize that there's no winning. You're just going to keep losing this fight, this battle. Because no matter what, people are so, in my opinion, even as much as I hate I see in the world, I love seeing how kind people are nowadays. I love seeing how open people are. I love seeing how accepting people are. So the fact that you guys, or whoever else wants to keep fighting it, you're just going to keep losing. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Seventh sentence. We have written this guide to show the positive impact helping others can have on your mental health, including some tips and suggestions to inspire you. Okay, that was just them speaking. I'm saying. All right. So take a few minutes. Okay. So this is Mark Rowland, CEO of Mental Health Foundation. Okay, I'm going to just read off a few more examples here, and then I'm going to call it quits here. And then I'm going to possibly do another solo podcast again tomorrow and continue on from here because, again, I'm off work tomorrow. So anyway, what do we mean by kindness? Question mark. And what they have to say is, kindness is choosing to do something that helps others or yourself, motivated by genuine and warm feelings. And also, here's what I'm going to do to end it off, actually. I'm going to read these off here, right? These examples and then these bullet points on the side. And then after this, I'm going to end things from here. And then tomorrow, if I end up doing another solo podcast, which I more likely will, I will then give my own personal examples of each of these bullet points here. Or these examples here. So anyway, let me start over again. So the title is, what do we mean by kindness? So first one says, kindness is choosing to do something that helps others or yourself and motivated by genuine warm feelings. Kindness, second example, kindness or doing good often means putting others' needs before our own. It could be by giving up, it could be by giving up our seat on a bus to someone who might need it more, or offering to make a cup of tea for someone at work. Exactly. Other example. Evidence shows that helping others can also benefit our own mental health and well-being. For example, it can reduce stress as well as improve mood, self-esteem, and happiness. Yes, when I'm nice to others, it makes me happy. Duh. Excuse me. Another example. There are so many ways to help others as part of our everyday lives. Good deeds needn't take much time or cost any money. Now, here is a second bold title, but it's smaller, but so it's like a side example title, I guess you could say. Small changes can make a difference. So this part here says, this guide gives you tips on how to bring kindness into your life. We will look more in detail at bullet point, volunteering. Second bullet point, doing something for a good cause. And third bullet point, acts of kindness. So, this little section here, like I said, I'm going to stop for here right now, and then if I end up doing another solo podcast, or next time I do another one, I will give my own personal examples on this subject right here that I've just read off from their examples on their website. So anyway, thank you all so much for listening to whoever does like listening to my solo podcasts. I love you all so much. This has been Cobrancy Capsule / at Mr. Smiles a Lot. If you need a marketer or advertiser or a martial arts coach, if you need a photographer or a videographer for your business, Hey, if you need help developing your business, let me know, whether you're big or small. I love taking pictures or videos of watching you do what you love for point A to point B and just getting your name out there through my social media work. Anyway, again, love you all. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And hopefully, like I said, if I am up for doing a podcast tomorrow, I'll see you all tomorrow, and I will see you guys next time.